what the vice president said about the Obamacare website certainly plays into today's White House apology tour. Straight out to Newsday columnist and social commentator Ellis Henican. Apologies are nice. But CNN has learned the administration was warned by the main contractor a month before the launch that this website was not ready to go. So, even though they say, well, we're not technology geeks, why didn't they anticipate this fiasco and do something to prevent it instead of waiting for it to happen and then apologizing?
Well, of course. Honestly, think about all the apologizing we're getting, right? Not since Jimmy Swaggart was apologizing for hookers on Airline Highway have we seen more apologizing than we've gotten in the last 24 hours. The I'm sorry is good, but it's not nearly enough, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I do have a certain admiration for taking full responsibility. When you are wrong, promptly admit it. That is a 12-step philosophy that I end up apologizing probably once a day. And certainly, do I wish that previous administrations had apologized in a more forthright fashion for mistakes that they made about things like weapons of mass destruction that ultimately were far more calamitous than what we're talking about here. But this is a life and death matter. There are people whose lives are on the line. And if they were warned, what is the mentality of somebody, an official who's warned, hey, you're not the technology geeks. We are. And we're telling you it's not ready to be launched. And they say, well, we're going to launch it anyway. Is that arrogance?
Well, yes, it's arrogant. I'm just trying to think about the poor IT person at the White House who's coming in while Barack is in the Oval Office saying, God, I can't get this thing to work. Come on. I'm sure I'm just pushing the wrong button. Can't you come and help me? Jane, an apology is nice, but that's the first step, not the last step. In the end, I think American people are very happy to have someone take responsibility. But you know what? Make the damn website work. If they'll do that, all this other stuff won't be such a problem.
And what's so crazy about this is that this is the signature accomplishment of this administration. This was a victory to get this through. Talk about snatching defeat from the mouth of victory. I mean, really, it's like people are forgetting about the victory and they're focusing. And, of course, my gosh, his opponents want to focus on the mishaps. They want to make it all about the mishaps so they can undermine the entire thing.
Listen, one of the first rules of politics, Jane, is do not hand your opponents the weapon that they're going to knock you over the head with, right? And frankly, this thing is so self-inflicted. We haven't even gotten to the point of people having the experience, having folks, tens of millions of people who didn't used to be able to afford insurance, now they're getting it. You know what? You never even get to the good part of the story if everyone is just roadblocked at the login button. And frankly, that's where this thing is frozen right now. It's just self-inflicted and it is dumb.